Hey guys, welcome to the Fading Podcast. Today's episode, we talk about the ups and downs of lockdown and life, what we do when we feel overwhelmed and unfocused, spoke a little about gym, health, and what we're doing to keep us on our toes. I hope you guys do enjoy the episode. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy.
On your shirt or something like that, like this didn't understand, didn't like compute to me. I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm like, well, I'm not spending that much.
How's it even possible for them to afford it or even save for that?
I think sometimes like it's not even about affording. They don't value the parents sometimes give the kid everything, so the kids don't value as much.
Yeah.
Like my cousin, I was talking to him the other day and he goes, I was working with my grandpa, saved up money and bought a monitor. Bought a whole monitor set up, laptop, PC, keyboard, everything, PC set up for my room. For example, we spent $900. Like he saved quite a bit.
Yeah.
He went to school, showed his mate. The next day, the mate bought the exact same setup. And the guy was saving all summer.
How's life? Tell me.
You know, that's the thing that, like now I was listening to the Sirah. That is one of the main things I realized was affecting my deen. Like not listening to something. Because now in lockdown, you can't go to the mosque. You can't see your mates. You can't go to lectures and stuff like that. And I realized my deen was going up and down. Like 3 days good, 3 days not the best. You know, 3 days good, and it's like you don't have the extra motivation, like the khushu' and like concentration in salat. You know, I'm praying in my room every single day. You know, it's not changing. You know, you're not going Jummah and stuff like that.
It's repetitive.
And then I was like, damn. And then I realized as soon as I got back onto like lectures and learning random things, it's like my deen started going up. Started like, cause I was interested. Like I was interested in what I was learning. It's like, damn, this is interesting. I started writing notes, started taking this, wanting to listen to more stuff. It really helped with my deen, man.
Although it does.
Yeah.
Should require reminders, bro. Reminder benefits the believer. It's that simple, man. But yeah, like you said, you can't get out there. You don't get these moments of like Emaan boosts from like the sheikh. It says something good, or you know, recitation hits you while you're in Jum'ah prayer or Salah. And it's just it's a bit difficult right now, man. But inshallah.
Have you had any ups and downs in lockdown? Like with anything, it doesn't have to be deen. It can be like uni, physical health.
Yeah, I think
mental.
life. I think life in general, bro. It's just always that way. I don't think anybody's can ever say, yeah, I've just had a steady state life. You know.
Yeah.
There is I think steady state is the balance between the good and the bad. And obviously, it goes off the radar sometimes. We have moments of, not euphoria, because euphoria it means you're in a manic episode. But when you're in state of like a very high amount of happiness, and you have like lows, like when you lose a loved one or whatever. But they're like one-offs. But in consistently in life, you're gonna have days where you know, the weather's bad outside. You know.
But the thing is, those bad days make the good days better. Because you have something to be grateful for. Because like yesterday sucked, today's amazing. But if everything's the same every day, you're actually not going to be as grateful, you know?
Yeah, definitely, bro. And you define, if there's no such thing as bad, does good exist? It doesn't, you know? Because there's nothing to scale it to. So, yeah, bro, no, man. No, I've had highs and lows.
Yeah.
Obviously, like everyone else. I think more so anything I've struggled with is probably like, obviously deen, like man fluctuates between humans.
What do you do when your deen's a bit low?
I think the most important thing is to understand that, yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can restart everything for you after the drop of a dime. So all you do is you repent for what you've done, or you repent for slacking in the past, and then you go, there's no point of going, but yesterday or the day, but if you go bang, like this is khalas, from this point forward, I'm going to keep pushing. Beautiful. All right, you're starting from square one now, but even better than square one, you actually still have your good deeds from the past that you've accumulated, you know? So the amazing thing about the deen is that you can go, okay, let me just have a short memory, and let me just go forward from here, you know? So it's kind of, it's awesome to have like, you know, like that foresight to go, I'm going to end up falling into something in the future, but if I just remember this, not let it consume me like the shaitan wants, because shaitan wants us to be hopeless, you know? He wants us to be, because that's what he sells to people. He sells hopelessness. He sells that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't have the capability to forgive, and he sells to us that, you know, that our sins are greater than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, which they're not. That's an element of shirk, and people have to remember that. Saying that your sins are above Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is whack.
He starts to plant doubt in your head,
You know what I mean? And he's been doing this for ages, bro. This guy's
expert, PhD, whatever
craft,
you want,
bro.
whatever title you want to
He's
give.
been here for ages, because we're just another group of humans that he's given it to their lives to,
Mm.
giving it to their lives. But you know, it's good to see that, alhamdulillah, like I think as you get older, you start to realize that not everything is such a tragedy. Not everything is so bad. Not
Mm.
everything is such a, you know, it's not such a downfall. Like, oh, this is gonna be, that's it. This is the last nail in the coffin. There's no come back from it, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think
know?
lockdown makes us think that, because sometimes we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
So we're like,
Yeah.
damn, this is the worst. Like, for example, you had a uni assessment and you didn't do it on time. It's like, bro, my life's over. You start thinking like your life's over. And then now when you get older, you look back and you say, bro, who cares?
Wallah.
Like, even if you fail a semester at uni and you do an extra year, 2 years, it's like, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's
like,
such
really,
a small problem. Mm.
Are you the same with ups and downs and stuff?
Yeah, lockdown's been interesting, man. Because you have some days where, you know, you finish your workout, like obviously it feels good afterwards. And even when you're like fairly consistent, you do 3-4 days in a row, and like you kind of feel like, yeah, I'm on a high. I'm super productive my day. I'm using my time well. And the next thing you know, I don't know what happens. Sometimes you just like, it's either you see something on social media that fires some thoughts in your brain, thinking like you're behind in life. Like, for example, like the craziest thing, after the social media episode we did, I deleted TikTok. So I had to, because I started to see things like people promoting about, like, you know, you can work from home, you can earn a full-time living.
But don't
You
listen
see
to
that,
those
right?
guys,
Look,
bro.
you can make a passive income of 80k
Bro,
a day.
oh
But
my
I just
They
God,
give like
bro.
some random figures, bro. And I'm thinking like, oh, this guy's 26. He's working like he's earning like full-time
All you need
wages.
is my 3-stage funnel technique.
Yeah, bro.
You'll gain millions of dollars within the
Sign
next
up,
2 years.
sign up to my email, whatever it
The
is.
guys that say, investing, and have you seen the guy that does the penny? Would you rather have one penny that doubles for the next 20
I said
years,
that.
or would you rather have, bro? I'm like, shut up, man.
Or
Wallah,
millions
go.
bucks on the spot.
If someone going out there going, yeah, let me double your money. Let me double your money. He has double it for
And
me.
it
up,
really
man.
makes you like doubt yourself without realizing. Like, obviously you'll skip through and you just move forward. But next thing you know, it's like, why do I all of a sudden feel like I'm not happy about myself? And then it's like, I think just consuming too much, it would get to me some days where it's like I feel behind. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I don't have enough money in my savings. I'm thinking, bro, that does not matter. But then you get caught up. It's normal. So I think those type of scenarios, like, it is subconscious. Like, it does happen to me. But like the ways I deal with it, because I'm not dealing with it now, alhamdulillah. Obviously, first of all, getting off my phone, taking a break, whatever it is. But I think for me, it's like simplifying things. Like seeing, like, first of all, like, not just like writing things down, journaling, but just writing notes, like simplifying things, like where I'm at in life, like what are the things that are my priorities, and like what really matters, what I should be grateful for. Like, because I feel like personally I overcomplicate things, even though it's the most simple problem in my head. Like, you know, feeling behind, whatever it is, this quote. But yeah, I think once you simplify it, you write things down, because writing on a piece of paper is a lot easier, and because you can only write so much compared to how much you think in your brain. So I think it's like very necessary to write things down. I'm starting to realize. Would you say the same, like,
Well,
for journaling? Or
have you been doing this long? Like,
no, this
feel-
is
like when you feel behind and then you act on it by journaling or trying to.
very recent. So I'll say
Okay.
the last few weeks. The
Okay.
past times, I really didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't even know what those feelings were.
Yeah. And when you said you feel behind, you said money. Is it just with money? Or because you brought it up from workouts and
I
you went to
think-
money. Is it all areas of your life or one thing?
No, I'll say the money thing, because what I've consumed over, like, recently, you know, seeing these things like, oh, I'm not where this guy's at. I'm not where that guy's at. Why am I there? He's like a similar age to me. And that's the whole, like, trick of social media, because I'm not seeing his hard work of like 4 or 5 years or whatever.
I don't think it's hard work. I was thinking it's fake. But
Right?
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not shown.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in my head, oh yeah, this guy worked for like a week and he got that much money.
Mm.
You get caught up. You get like sucked in. That's just how it is.
Yeah, definitely.
A crazy thing I've realized with that is because obviously you're going to compare yourself, and money is a tough thing to compare yourself with, because you all the time, or most of the time, you actually don't know how much the person actually has. You don't have to in
100%.
debt. You don't know any other area of their life.
Yeah.
But I was reading a book now on like life advice from 140 of the top athletes in the world, business owners, like the most successful people in their field. And I'm listening to their life advice and I'm thinking every single person is giving complete different advice. or answers to questions. And I'm thinking, how can 140 successful people have completely different perspectives on things?
Mm.
And then now you talking about money, and I'm thinking like money really doesn't hold that much of a place in life after you hit a certain number. For example, it's 80K a year. After 80K a year, money really doesn't change much. You know, like they talk about that.
Oh, like
They're
you
trying
get
to-
your necessities and
Yeah,
stuff.
like necessities, even enough to maybe buy a car every couple of years, like 80
Yeah.
by yourself, and then maybe join 160 together, even
You can
150.
live off, yeah, 100% you can live off 80K a year.
Make it 100, but whatever that number is,
Mm.
after that it doesn't change much, and then
Yep.
it's like, it's crazy how much power it has over our conscious and subconscious mind, like
100%.
the tracking and stuff, and it's like,
Bro, I'm telling you, the social media generations ruined
Yeah.
everyone's mind, bro.
I'm gonna go back to social media.
Nah, bro. But I'm telling
Last
you,
week's
I'm
one.
telling you, the source of it is everyone, bro. Did you know what makes me laugh? Back in the day, yeah, if because I'm only saying this because of this whole sneaker community now that's happening, bro. Random kids, I'm seeing 14-year-old kids wearing shoes that are worth 1.4K. Yeah, just random kids, yeah.
Damn.
Like this, bro. When you're 14 years old, what were you wearing? I was wearing Asics,
I was wearing
Kayanos,
Kmart.
bro. I'm
I was
telling
wearing,
you.
Came out
I was wearing
slip-ons.
volleys. Do you remember volleys on Kmart?
Yeah,
That was
100%,
gold.
bro. I was wearing Asics Kayano, bro, and that's crazy. That's like $100, $150, whatever it is. And I'm thinking in my head, fuck, legend, man. These kids have 1.5K a shoe on their feet,
But I think that's the parents, bro, not even the kids.
bro. But
Because
the thing that I'm saying is, they're exposed to more now. Yeah.
Mm.
Back in the day, we didn't care. We didn't think, what's this kid in America wearing?
True.
Why do I have to copy him? You know? Why is Jake Paul? I don't know. His kids look up to Jake Paul or not, but Jake Paul's wearing this pair of shoes, and it's only 1.4K. To me, it's nothing, because I get my parents, if I press them enough, they'll get them for me. Yeah. Sometimes I sit there and I go, bro, when did this ever become a standard? You know? When did?
So I think, so you're saying the comparison pool, like the people you can compare yourself to, has went through the roof. Normally it used to be, for example, whatever primary school you went to or high school, you could only compare yourself to really the kids that went to your high school.
Yeah.
Now it's everyone, any kid in the world that posts a video.
Now anyone can see anything, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like for example, there was a whole wave on YouTube. I don't think anyone remembers this, but I'm pretty sure people remember this. But it was Rice Gum and a couple of his other boys. Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that phase, bro? That phase was everybody wanted to buy Gucci because they had this group of spastics in Los Angeles just running around and buying stuff, and everything's consistent. Bro, you're irrelevant. Do you see this? Do you see that? Do you see this? Do you see that? And you have these little kids walking around wearing, bro, like these kids in Melbourne. Why are you wearing a Gucci t-shirt? You're 14 years old, bro. Aren't you gonna spill nuggets from your Happy Meal on your shirt or something like that? Like this didn't understand, didn't like compute to me. I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm like, well, I'm not spending that much.
How's it even possible for them to afford it or even save for that?
I think sometimes like it's not even about affording. They don't value the parents sometimes give the kid everything, so the kids don't value as much.
Yeah.
Like my cousin, I was talking to him the other day, and he goes, I was working with my grandpa, saved up money and bought a monitor. Bought a whole monitor setup, laptop,
PC,
keyboard,
yeah.
everything, PC set up for my room. For example, we spent $900. Like he saved quite a bit.
Yeah.
He went to school, showed his mate. The next day, the mate bought the exact same setup. And the guy was saving all summer. He's like, bro, how you gonna feel like that? Imagine you go to school and you're like, hey, I bought the new Asics. Someone goes, tells their mum, they go buy Gucci shoes.
It hurts, man,
But
because you're so proud of the efforts you've made.
And what's the difference to a 15-year-old kid? The difference is you worked hard and they got the same thing easier.
Yeah, Gucci shoes are dead anyway. So. But yeah, I know what you mean. But the only thing I'm saying is that the standards have risen now. Yeah. So when it comes to being happy and content with things, you can't be content with what you got if you're consistently seeing that every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the world, who are randoms like you, are wearing the best, you know, or doing the things that you want to do, or you think you should have. And I think the one thing that also, Ali, that I felt once when I was looking at somebody else online was potential. Yeah, when I was looking at myself, and I know what I've got, what attributes I have, and the things that I offer, like not only to the world, but that I can kind of like work around or work with. And I've seen guys who have, well, I believe, and this isn't out of like envy or anything like that, I believe don't really have that much talent. You know, that's me being objective.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, how the hell am I still in the position I'm in? You know? And it's not like I should have what they have. It's not like that. It's more like, why the hell haven't I put my foot down and gone after it? You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then it's like it kind of puts you in like a hole, like Ali was saying. Like you see that guy's 1.25 mil a year or whatever it is off he's making off of
10K a month, whatever.
Mm.
selling
crazy.
cryptocurrency or whatever it is that he's doing. But
You
I
know,
think-
on that,
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, I think we're too busy worrying about other people's lives. It's like we forget about our own. Like even though yes, we're at home in lockdown, not everyone's in lockdown, but let's just say for us, we're in lockdown every day. We're not doing much, but then still, you can focus in your life in certain aspects. Why do you have to care so much about other people and what they're doing?
Yeah.
differs.
I watched one YouTuber. He was a 26-year-old who made quite a bit of money from real estate. Like, and I was like, okay, maybe this guy's like, how you can have a place at 20 or whatever, 25. And I'm like, okay, I'll suss this guy out. Then I watched him. He gave some good advice. I took some tips off him. And then one video, he explained his income. He goes, how I make X amount. You know, they always do those videos. How I make, for example, 100K a month. I'm like, awesome. He showed the numbers. 85% of it was from YouTube. Him showing the world how he makes the other 15% from that. But because he built up his brand, and after that, I'm like, you're not even making anything from real estate. You're making it all like, you're making such a small percentage from real estate. The rest is from YouTube, but you just talk about it, and that's how you get your money.
Clickbait. Yeah.
That's your motivational speakers. That's the exact same
I was like,
thing.
what the hell?
Like they don't do anything, the motivational speakers, but because they get to a point where their motivation has sparked some sort of light in the community, they can go around going, yeah, I'm this guy now. I got 1 million, 2 million subscribers on YouTube. This is where I got here because I worked hard for this.
So they stop working, just keep preaching.
Exactly.
Business events, we've seen that. Like they gave some good insight. Like honestly, they have obviously some good business tips, and they're showing like their clients and how much they've improved. And we're like, yeah, we're just gonna wait till they start promoting their course and how expensive it is. They're saying it's half price, and it's still like 5K you gotta pay, and people are actually signing up, bro. Then Gary V rocks up and just gives them crap.
Crazy, man.
But that's where you respect, like for example, the motivational speakers. You respect the guy who's putting in the work more than he's even preaching. He still preaches. Like for example, whoever it is, like he's always on podcasts talking, but it's like he does so much more behind the scenes. Like damn, he's putting out books, he's putting out podcasts, he's doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, bro. Someone who has something of essence to talk about, but doesn't just talk from a hypothetical situation. You know those guys that always use metaphors and stuff like that instead of using personal experience? That irks me, bro. Like the lion came into... Bro, shut up, man. Bro, wallah, shut up. Just tell me how you got to where you are by working hard. That's why I listen to, those I Am Athlete guys. I look at them, they're 45 years old and they're all jacked. All huge blokes,
Mashallah, man.
Mashallah, bro. NFL players, they talk about how hard they work out.
Yeah.
And I'm looking and I'm going, 45 years old. I'm 25. What the hell am I doing with myself?
And they talk about their body now, which is still, they say peak. And then like at 25, I was even more. And I'm like...
You can't imagine that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see the fat bloke walk up on the stage. You can be anything you want now. Go get out of here, bro. Sorry. Like, it's not about him being fat. But if he's like, I've ran a multi-million-dollar business and this is what helped me out in my downtimes or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm listening,
But
bro.
would you take life advice from a fat guy?
Depends on what they've been through as well.
Okay.
So if they've had adversity,
Yeah.
for example, they're telling you how to deal with death or loss of a loved one or...
Okay, so let me how about a motivational speaker that's trying to G you up to work out hard? Like, push yourself, this, that, and he's fat.
No, definitely
Nah,
not
that
gonna
doesn't make sense. Nah.
Definitely not going to listen to him, bro. I don't think anyone would die. To be honest with you, a lot of the times, personal trainers are full of ish. It's the problem. The problem with us is we lack accountability.
Yeah.
Whenever we're paying these guys $90, $100 an hour, I don't do it, but people who do, they pay a guy $90 an hour, $100 an hour to be accountable for them. Tell them, hey, where are ya? Rock up. Yalla, jump 50 times. Yalla, get on the treadmill. Do this, do that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like because they can't tell themselves. When you learn how to tell yourself, you don't need no one to tell you.
Also, some people actually believe like they can't learn new things, like as in like gym or even nutrition. They're like, obviously it's difficult at the start when you're learning something new. It's like, oh crap, it's like overwhelming. But some people actually, they'll rather pay for the convenience. As sad as it is, but that's how it is.
Definitely, bro.
The only thing is with that, there's beginner people that don't know how to work out in the gym. Who don't know anything about food. They probably need a personal trainer at the start, but you might need it, for example, I'll just make up a number, 3 to 6 months. After that, you don't need it anymore. That's where it's like your discipline is supposed to come into place, and that's where they fall short because they don't want to kind of
Yeah,
learn
but
those new
Or
learn
have
those
you
new skills.
even make the time to like plan whatever it is they have to do in order to go to the gym by themselves.
yeah,
I think
Laziness.
PTs, when I hear $90 an hour and I look at what they say, some PTs, and I hear, I'm like, you're doing nothing, bro. You're making their
Yeah.
body worse.
So like it's
You're
such an
getting
easy
$90.
job if you think about it.
all it is.
Yeah.
All it is. I
Mm.
can't, look, if you got the money for it and you're getting the pinnacle of the industry, you know, like for example Chris Hemsworth, and you're gonna get ready for Thor. So this guy just makes your sorts out your meals, sorts out your workouts, and you just have to rock up and you have to learn lines. You don't really want to be worrying about all that, and you got the money to spend. Bro, do it. Do your
that
thing,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Do your thing. And if you're a beginner and you don't know nothing, and all you want to try to do is get yourself a booster, a head start to get to a place you want to go, beautiful. Do your thing.
Mm.
But if you're those guys that have on and off 3 months in the gym and outside the gym and all this sort of stuff, like, bro, come on, man. Just honestly.
Yeah, I think a lot of PTs are also like, they're not good at their job.
Mm.
So if you find a good PT, he would even be worth for 1 or 2 or 3 sessions. Because sometimes they actually have like industry experience that you probably can't get off YouTube or something like that. Like they'll teach you exercises, do like a body composition for your weaknesses.
Yeah.
But most of the time, like except after 3-4 sessions, it's not even worth it.
Like
you
the
know?
imbalances, yeah. For example, they tell you, okay, this is a workout that I give to certain people to maybe like, you know, like adjust their hips.
Yeah.
So in order to like give you a wheel alignment, basically,
Yeah.
hips. And then they teach you how to do it. And then they keep telling you to do the same thing every time you rock up. And you're paying $90 for him to just watch you do the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again for the next 4 weeks. Just,
And YouTube will teach you more.
you
That's
know
what
what
happened with me with ACL. Like I'd go to my physio and he would just analyze what I did every single week.
I mean?
Like do a wall squat. Oh, you did a minute and a half last week, now a minute 45. It's like,
Could have timed myself.
Yeah.
You could have done that.
honestly, and I'm paying $60, $70. I'm like, what a waste of
Wow.
time.
Mm.
I'm leaving. And then I'd rather go, for example, to an expert, for example, like Raul or something. It's like, go to him once every month or 2. And that'll be better than going to another
Just
physio
for a
every 2
checkup.
weeks.
Yeah.
It's like
Mm.
quality.
Yeah, he does something to you that you can't do yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
100%. But yeah, bro, man.
I think going back to ups and downs, because Ali said that you have a little ups and downs because you look at other people and you kind of
Mm.
feel that on the journey of life you might be falling behind. How about in like the day-to-day stuff? Say like Suhail said, Dean, is there stuff like you, maybe like physical exercises, you're a bit up and down?
Well, I was gonna say health is fairly consistent, but this week's been terrible, so I can't be a hypocrite. It's been pretty bad.
I'm gonna
So,
say KFC.
But-
oh,
You know, how bad is your downs though? I see how like we all have like a base level. When
Mm.
I'm down, I'm down. How bad is
but
that?
are you saying
down?
health wise?
Yeah, go, because you said you've been.
Look, health wise, I don't think it's that bad because I've actually been going for like daily walks.
What are you having for dinner tonight?
Oh my god! Don't tell-
Have-
was it Burger Temptation?
Doesn't matter, go on, yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
burger temptation.
But you're getting burgers.
It's hectic, yeah. Now
From
you're
another-
exposing me.
from
You want me to
another
talk?
source?
You want to talk? You want me to talk about like how good my health is?
You know what I learned about from whatever it is, the challenge that I'm doing.
Hmm.
Stay tuned. But from what I learned, bro, the food that you make at home, you know exactly what goes in it. You know exactly how much you're eating.
Mm.
And what happens is after that, you know what you have to burn off.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything
yeah.
is easy to maintain. And on top of that, you got alternatives. So instead of having like high carb wraps or whatever it is, you just have lower carb wraps and
Mm.
something that has less sugar, more protein. You can add more chicken, maybe even splurge a bit on the sauce. You know what I mean? Like,
Because
bro,
you can though, yeah.
because you can. You don't control the buns that go into the burger that you're gonna
So
buy
is this guy
today,
preaching
bro.
about health?
Bad.
I love this.
And it's more satisfying as well. Like you actually last longer, as in like not craving snacks or
Mm.
like
Bro,
random foods during the day.
but there's mad snacks. You know what, bro? I'm telling you, there are mad
Not
snacks.
sponsorship.
I'm
Not
not
sponsored.
gonna say no names or nothing, but
Yeah.
if you go looking in those health food aisles, bro, there are actually some very, very good alternatives to like the usual, you know, like the usual Cadbury bar and Snickers and Mars bar and stuff, bro. I'm telling you, there's some good stuff.
It costs like $5 each or something.
Just do it,
For
man.
your health. So
Eat one in a week, bro. You don't need to eat 10.
Yeah, that hard.
to go back to your health up and down.
So I would say like, I think with health I've accepted like low expectations
You're
because
fat. Shake
yes,
my
thank
hand.
you,
Me
sir.
too.
Appreciate it.
I'll be fat in a week.
But yeah, you have to like in lockdown you have to have like low expectations, man. As in, to keep it simple, like daily walks and then maybe exercising every second day.
Mm.
So I think at the start I was just like, yeah, I can work out every day because we got weights at home, right? So it's possible. It's like, what excuse do you have? It's like, yeah, I'm going to work out every day. I'm going for walks every day. I can't wait. I can actually get leaner in lockdown. You can, but it's like you're going to burn out. So what I do, I'm only working out like every second, third day and going for like daily walks. And that's how I keep it simple, I guess. Like, what about you? Are you the same?
I think Sahel in his head after 2 workouts a day is like, look at this gazelle.
Yeah, it's burning.
No, but then the funny thing is, yeah, I actually do what he does at the walking thing. But the walking thing is like, you have to understand that if you're moving, you're gonna lose. It's how it
You're
is.
burning calories.
Yeah,
Khalas.
you're gonna lose if you're moving. But if you're sitting and you're not doing nothing, the thing doesn't go. Yeah, so
It's so simple.
It's just science, bro. It's just
Yeah.
too easy, man. It's not that complicated. If
Yeah.
you eat good and you do a little bit of exercise, everything's just gonna fall off. And I noticed this now. Like this isn't obviously. I don't want to ruin the video for later, but my steady weight before this 30 days. Obviously, this is the 32nd day. My steady weight was 98 kilos. So I would fluctuate from 101 to 98 every day, you know. And that was me. Like even if I ate a good meal that day, or I went out to the gym or whatever, the lifestyle that I had just let me stay at 98 kilos. Now my steady state is 91. That's like my max.
Wow.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's like
mashallah.
me. I ate a lot, and I had one of those health bars, or what I was just talking about to Ali. Had an extra shake at night, maybe eggs in a low carb wrap in the middle of the night when I was just, bro, I'm splurging. Alhamdulillah,
Like you're enjoying the food.
I'm splurging, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Do you
as
count
well.
calories?
No, bro, I don't count
Okay.
calories, bro. I just came here now. Yeah, I had 2 wraps. Yeah,
Love a
grilled
wrap.
chicken, the low carb ones. Had 2 bowls of salad. Yeah, and I'm still sitting at 91.5 kilos.
So you're not starving yourself.
Bro, I'm not
Yeah.
even doing the opposite. I'm eating too much. Alhamdulillah.
That's mad. Yeah, because you're more intentional. Like you said, you know everything that's going in your body.
Yeah, bro.
Half the foods that you buy, like when you go out to the stores, healthy, like Subway, whatever it is, you don't know what's in it exactly.
You know, another thing is
sugar, man.
when you're at, for example, 98 to 101, you probably made all these excuses and stuff. Like, I can't lose weight. It's so hard. I eat these healthy meals, like you said. Now you do it and you're like, man, I was just making excuses. And now when you hear other people say, like for example, me, I was a skinnier guy in school. Everyone's like, I can't add weight. I eat so much food. It's like, but you had Macca's one big day a week. You have to eat consistently, like 3,000, 3,500 calories, whatever it is. And as soon as you do it, it's like, oh, that's all it takes. It's not that hard. It's just consistency, man.
Yeah, just don't think about it. For me, it's like I don't even think about eating at 1 o'clock until 1 o'clock. That's it. It is what it is. I have my piccolos in the morning. I switched from full. Don't forget, piccolos are actually piccolos, dates. Yeah, piccolos, dates, and protein powder are going to be the key to everybody's. Like, it's going to be the key to you fixing up your diet. I'm telling you.
Some people's.
For in all honesty, yeah, you want to have a sweet. I'm feeling peckish. You know, I want something nice. You know, dates, bang.
Yeah, dates are the way to go.
I just worked out at night, but it's too late to have a full meal. Yeah, I'm still trying to cut a lot. You have your protein shake. Recovery is easier. Bang, go to sleep. Yeah,
Piccolo in the morning.
bro. Piccolo. If you drink a lot of milk, yeah, I'm sorry to say it, but I think milk is the worst thing for your body. In all
I
honesty,
don't know about worst thing.
No,
but
but
I think
like
it's one of
maybe
the
it's maybe you
worst
could say it's
things for your
overrated.
body,
You could
bro.
say it's overrated.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw this jacked 52-year-old man. He's like, this in New York. Have you seen that video? The calisthenics guy.
Yeah,
He's like a 52-year-old guy, bro. He just
say
doing
it
this.
doesn't.
He goes, the one advice: don't eat dairy products. I go, done. Don't even ask anything.
Yeah. Why you
No,
gonna
no, I
question
can't
it?
now.
The guy's 52 years
Yeah,
old,
you
bro.
want to
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done, bro. No worries. And but
Damn.
like you kind of like feel the effects. You're not bloated as much anymore. I don't know if everyone else is lactose intolerant, but yeah.
Yeah, it plays a part, but there's random things people say. Oh, I never eat meat. I never eat this. It just depends on your body type and stuff.
Definitely.
But you like, for example, milk. You need the calcium. So if you can get calcium in other ways, and you're not deprived of it, then it works out. You just have to make sure you get those nutrients.
100%.
How's your health in lockdown with your workouts?
past
and all?
health? What's your highs and your lows, bro? I want to hear this guy. He's asked
Okay.
all the questions.
So I said Dean at the start.
Yeah.
So highs and lows are kind of normal with Dean because
That's how it
you
is,
can't like optimize it. Same as like health when you're saying gym and stuff. I think my highs and my lows is more like my mental state, like how I feel like I'm going. You know, like I've been applying for that job. Hopefully that works out and stuff like that. But it's more like just ticking things off, making sure I'm on the right page and making sure, like, because I wanted to make the last month of lockdown like a successful month, if you know what I mean. And you have really bad days where you have like all these things you actually need to do, and you just neglect them all.
What would be a successful month to you?
Well, I had like a list and stuff like that. Like, for example, some of the videos I wanted to do, get an actual job, take care of my health, like just smash some of the lectures. Like it's all them things. Like it's a well-rounded, holistic approach to all of it.
Yep.
And you kind of want to do it. And sometimes you do some and not the rest. And then like productivity, you procrastinate.
Yeah,
You're not always going to be productive.
100%.
So I think my lows have been pretty low. But what I do to kind of overcome it is what Ali said. Like I break it down. Like if I wanted to do, for example, a whole lecture in a day or whatever, I say I just have to at least watch half. Or then if I wanted to read 40 pages, I'll say just read 10. Who cares? Because doing something, and as soon as I started doing something, I started feeling better about it. Like even when I read, like the other day I read like 4 pages, and normally I'd be like, bro, what a waste of time, 4 pages.
Yep.
Is it like 40 or 0?
Yep.
It's like, nah, you read 4 and you're like, damn, that's actually nice. Because maybe I tried to implement it or something like that.
Yep.
But what I'm now doing is, what do I want to be able to, what's my level I want to be at when things open up?
Yeah.
So for example, my workouts now, I don't even do chest. I just do push-ups here and there when I feel like it. And I rarely do back, because I know when I go back to gym, my weak areas is my hamstrings, my legs, or like my knees over toes exercises, shins, ankles, knees, hips, all these are weak, and core. So I do 4 days a week legs now. I break it up like.
But how intense is
Yeah.
it though? How intense is it?
Because one day I'll do, for example, quads, when I do like my 2-3 exercises, hamstrings, 3 exercises, and calves. Then the other day I'll do hip flexors, side, abductors, groins, calves again, and then I'll do shins, and then I'll do knees, like I'll do ATG split squat,
sure you don't miss
and I'll do everything,
Yeah.
But it's like, there's like 8 exercises there.
It
and
is
then
a lot, man.
If I do it on my other day, I'm going to neglect it, and this is the only thing that matters to me. So I'd rather do a leg day than a chest day right now at home.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So I do that and core. Like I can literally say, I'll just do a core workout and it'll be worth it, because that's the one thing I neglect at the gym.
100%.
So now I kind of made the last month intentional for that, and I'm not even expecting any highs this month. Just try to be consistent with that,
100%.
See, that's good, because you sat down and you actually thought about what actually matters. Because like you can't let's just use gym for example with anyone. You can't get caught up thinking, I have to do everything in my week just to feel like I'm not falling behind with working out in general. But what really matters to you? With you, it's legs, and it's like for you to actually recognize that, and then you're only doing half of what you could do, but then you're still satisfied, and that's the main thing.
Yeah,
100%.
I
So
feel
I
like
think
I've
it's
been
good.
getting overwhelmed a lot recently.
Is it with your long list? Because it sounds like a long list for.
Yeah, I heard the
Yeah.
holistic
Inshallah.
approach to life. I'm like, bro, just chill.
That's
man.
good, man.
No, it's because
That's good.
you're working in the mornings. I'm not working.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do? I can either
True.
watch TV shows all day or write a list and try to smash some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Because if not, what are you going to do? You're going to look at lockdown and say, what a waste of a month. I could have did X, Y, and Z when I start working full time,
Yeah, that's
when you
what
start
too.
getting busy. So I don't want to waste that time. So I started to try to write, like, how can I... And when you're at your low points, which is, for example, with Dean, I watch a lecture. So I need to try to do one bit of everything, so I make sure I'm not hitting lows too frequently. And then what I realized, even when I get overwhelmed or unfocused, the one thing I do is I break down the task. But a second thing is I ask myself like these 2 questions. Am I drinking enough and eating enough?
Drinking what?
Like water.
Oh,
So that's that. Come on, bro. You did not actually think that.
It's lockdown.
I don't know what you did in your past, bro.
Do you think we should do an episode on that?
Do you find that does that make a big impact?
Because me, like, I have a average to big appetite, but it's not the biggest. And I like, when I work out in the morning, I work out fasted. So sometimes I don't eat enough and I don't drink water enough. So I get a lot of headaches, like when I don't drink water. So those 2 things, for me, if I don't eat or drink enough, like my day's already not going to be the best.
Yep.
Like that's the 2 main things. I'm like, as soon as I started asking myself that, things have gotten better. It's like, nah, go smash it.
Locate the issue.
So are you
Yeah.
counting calories, or you're
I'm
thinking about
starting Monday.
it? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Just eat a lot of good stuff.
No, but the thing is, I haven't done it in like 2 years, and I used to be able to guess just by looking at it.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to that. So I'm going to do it for about 2 weeks
Fair.
and get
2
a good...
weeks.
Yeah.
So what's your idea of counting calories? Are you thinking like specific, or are you saying, okay, I just want to have an idea what I'm eating? You're just more.
I don't have that much time
Conscious.
to be specific.
No, because
I've seen this guy measure tomato
let's
sauce.
not talk about it, bro. Let's not talk
He was
about
putting dips
You're
on.
taking the piss.
No, not
Come
tomato
on,
sauce.
Wallah.
Not tomato sauce, but there was days like back in high school and that I'll do it to the gram, bro. And that's when like
Just take away rice.
I actually got stressed from that.
Yeah, but eating disorder, bro.
I did. No, but like that's how you get stressed, bro. Because you're thinking if you go over a few calories, damn, I'm gonna walk now extra. It's
Yeah.
like, what the hell, relax.
You know what this reminds me of? You remember when we went? Do you remember when we went on that trip together and then
Yeah.
you guys were going, "Are you buying salt? Why are you buying salt?"
This guy loves salt.
Yeah, it's bad, bro.
How do you not like seasoning on your food, bro?
No, but like it's not that.
I was
man,
gonna say,
man puts
I was
salt
like, I
all
forgot
over
that I
the
called
salad.
out Aussie, bro.
Man puts salt all over the salad. That's so,
Is it really
so
salt?
bad.
Who
Yeah,
doesn't
more
put
salt.
salt on a salad?
Do you know how much salt you put?
How much salt did I put?
You put like 4 tablespoons
Yeah, it was a
all
lot, bro.
over.
It was a
4
lot.
tablespoons. Relax. No, they're abusing it. They're
There was-
trying to
Nah,
call
one
me-
of those
there
a
was-
lot.
there
Cause
was-
Nah,
that's
no, 4 tablespoons.
Bro,
I did this.
salt is
I
the
rolled
silent
it.
killer,
I bang
bro.
bang again, and then you roll, and you're like, okay, wait, there you go. There's a bit of
There was,
essence to this.
bro,
you
there was
know?
times
Put a bit of
there was time the food already had salt, and then you didn't even check. You just put more
How do you
just
not-
to make sure.
You don't taste the food, just chuck some on top. And that's where weight is, bro. That's the silent killer. Salt is where extra
Yeah.
weight
I'm
is.
doing what I'm doing, and it's working, so I don't mind, bro. You know.
Are you having a lot of salt these days?
Well, who's asking? You the police? Is you the FBI? Nah, man. I'm just the one thing that made me laugh was the other day, and I caught myself doing this, like you were saying from before. You don't know why, but you just procrastinate. I remember I needed to put my watch on a charger, my Apple Watch on a charger,
Nice.
and I was just lying down. Yeah, yes. Yes, I was just lying down, and it was like a mental battle for 5 minutes to get up, walk for 2 seconds, to pick up a watch, put it on a charger, go back and sit down.
Mm.
2 second thing took me 5 minutes to think about.
Mm.
What kind of brains do it?
And you knew it was a 2 second thing, so you can't even make it smaller.
Yeah, I'll do it later, bro. When I'm before I go to
Yeah.
bed, I'll do. Just do it now, you Josh. What's wrong with you?
So simple, bro.
Yeah, just call yourself a Josh consistently and get through it, bro. You'll be alright in life, you know.
Do you know what? You remember when I did that mental toughness, whatever thingy for the 24 hours? I realized it's a muscle doing those uncomfortable things. And as soon as the more you do it, the stronger it gets.
Yeah.
Like, but it's as soon as you go comfortable for like an hour, you have to start again. So you have to go from the start. Like the other day, Legendary sent that video about, or he spoke about in the mornings, don't use your phone in the first hour.
Mm.
So I tried not to do that the other day. Today was a different day. The first couple hours I was hectic, and then as soon as I pulled out my phone, I'm like, why am I over opening it? Straight away, like the strength or like the ability to be conscious in the moment
Yeah.
was unreal. But it's only because I use those muscles, and that's where you might have to do it in other areas to kind of like.
That's like
build it up.
people who struggle to wake up for Fajr and stuff.
Yeah.
If you go to sleep thinking yes, that's it, and you make a dua for it, and you you put a lot of
Intention,
stress
yeah.
on it, and you actually genuinely, you have the intention to do it, and like it's actually like genuine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is gonna do it. He's gonna do it for you, and you're
Mm.
gonna wake up yourself.
Mm.
Your whole body's gonna align to it, and it's gonna happen. But the days you go to sleep and say, "Hey, you're like whatever happens, happens."
Yeah.
There you go. You're gone. You're not gonna even.
Why do you think the companions used to wake up? No alarm clock. It's only because they were keen for it.
Had
You know, like they were
roosters,
really. Oh what?
Huh?
The roosters apparently.
But it's one of the things. As soon as you're keen, it's like, bro. You remember those nights right before Eid
Yeah.
or before a big game the next day?
Yeah.
You wake
I
up
could
20 times in your sleep.
I could not sleep those nights, bro.
But how many times would you wake up because you're keen?
I
It's like
remember,
that
bro.
guy- yeah.
I remember footy day for school. I could not sleep, bro. I was so gassed. Sorry, I don't know why I thought of that.
So I remember that. No, there was a.
I only know heartbreak in those situations. Sorry.
I wanted to tell you about.
grand final, man.
You know, there's this motivational speaker. I'll end on this. He used to always say, he's like, you know, he doesn't need an alarm clock because his passion wakes him up.
Oh, it's an error.
What's his passion? Talking about his passion.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I thought this guy would love that.
Tell him to us. Have a good day. Thanks, guys. Like and subscribe the video, please. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Don't forget to leave us a comment on what you think or how you deal with your highs and your lows. We want to get some engagement going, inshallah. And let's get this algorithm going by getting the likes up. Yes, I got going. So have a great night. Take care.